Immediately is Kang versus Zekken on the Neon matchup. EDG are predicting a B round pistol here. You see them with nobody watching over towards A long as Sentinels were trying to sneak up C. The game was given away.
Yeah, smoke is propped up in the face of Zekken, but it's still util ready and waiting over the shoulder. Here's the fault line. The relay bolt just ricocheting wildly. It's going to be that split in through, but still they don't have backside control. EDG making sure to flood in with a couple of players, but the pause is called and an evacuation by SEN. They don't want anything to do with the C site.
Where are they going though? Because Kang waiting here on B gets caught.
No way, Sheriff in his hands. He felt like he was almost good for the one, but with him dropped, EDG gearing up for a bit of an attempt through this one, just biding their time, waiting in the smoke, and they hear the rumble of the footsteps. Nobody is going to be tested. A lot to overcome into this spot with the movement. Clean up and over, but here comes the pincer. Crunch from behind, EDG leaving no stone unturned. They cleared away mostly through, and Sassy's now the one who has to hold down the line.
Ten's got stuck on that pivot. Sassy sees them, stunned.
It's a pixel angle that he's working with here, but the damage is being dished out. Sentinels left scrappy, and it's down to Zelsis trying to tap with the ghost. Not enough to cool down the weapon in his hand. Simon the rookie steps up, squares up, and seals up that opening pistol round. Was the forward. This is an important match for a variety of reasons. Listen, it's not just the biggest event of the year, but as the desk was mentioning, it's one of their best opportunities to break past that previous ceiling they kind of reached, I suppose, at other events where they've only got 5th, 6th. If you win here, you get that minimum of top 3.
And they've never even been able to replicate that 5th/6th finish at a tournament. It took outrageous performances from Kang, putting on an all-star operator.
Yeah. Attempt as well
Spike down
from
B.
Sentinels to see if they can get that easy plant down, but it's already read by EDG.
I think a really crucial strategic tool for Sentinels is going to be applying pressure to nobody. You see how he's just holding A long in this round on his own. Sentinels need to be able to shove him off, and EDG have lots of different ways that they can trap around this. It's getting not risky so much, but economically damaging, and in the midst of all of this, Tens has snuck his way in a little.
Yeah.
Given away his position, unfortunately. Kind of had to.
I don't think there should be any danger here unless Tens was able to lurk his way behind.
30 seconds left.
But you can see that the EDG players are willing to take these fights. And it has been an expensive round.
Yeah. Softened up.
John's running away with 1 HP, seeing what other mischief he can get up to.
The cage, okay, shot down.
You see in this round, they've got 4 players stacked up defending that side of the map there, EDG. And they're not throwing util out right at the beginning. They're waiting to see if Sentinels try to take that space before they hit the ambush. So they went exactly for that strat.
So I'm going to be using a little bit of kit, making sure that they can clear the way, just get rid of the trip. Mid-round information as well from nobody. He's just using that drone, but it was broken. There's still a bit of uncertainty, but this whole time EDG have taken deep A lobby control. You can see Kang is posted here. This angle, just removing the drone. Cage up into his face. We'll have to use the stun to slow down any approach from SEN in case the punish was there.
Smoggy still has paranoia in his hands as well.
Yeah, he's not giving up this space. Kang could thrive into this spot and position a bonus round conversion in his side. Still, flash has to be avoided. Still gets the one. Great adjustment and snap back with a crosshair placement. 40 seconds left for Sentinels, and the question remains, which way are they trying to land? And NeuroFF will give them critical information to work with.
And it looks like they're going to group up over towards A, but that's still where Smoggy and Simon are.
30 seconds left.
No easy openings, 25 seconds left. Jump spots. Smoggy sees it, catching it. A lot of information gathered. Fault line is good though. Just concatenates on top, and Simon just trying to play this tight angle. Blinded up from the side, still lands that shot. Traded though, plant down for John QT, nothing to push this one back.
Ridiculously good supportive utility there from Zelsis and Tens.
Nobody's going to be praying that somebody opens up wide, but up onto the heaven angle. Zelsis, who's claiming that one, dropped down. Double digits of health, but there's only Chichu left with the Bulldog. They're here to reload. He gives Tens the prime.
I would argue this version of EDG seems like they've put in a lot more thought to their game and tactics on top of that.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think that, you know, despite you could look at some of their opponents this tournament and you might not be too impressed in terms of who they've actually bested. But for me, I've been paying attention to how they've been trying to play. And look at this, bit of a trap play setup, but stun missing. Hello, accidental kill. Right through the wall, bit of unfortunate action occurring, at least for John QT, not unfortunate for EDG.
But they respam it, and so both teams come out of that fairly similar. But with the Cypher down, this opens up different options. EDG could now try to push aggressive and get flanks off against SEN. And SEN could group up and go for a big site execute onto C, where the Cypher's now got no utility. EDG don't choose the aggressive option, though. They're keeping players anchored to C to try to make up for that fact.
Nobody has the rifle. Nobody has the rifle, but as he's looking for that information, I mean, that's what happens when a drone is used a little bit prior. Didn't have it to try and safely garner it. At least there's going to be relay bolts as well, and space given. Yeah.
This is ridiculously good from SEN. That lurk timing from Zelsis is marvelous.
Wait,
but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and Smoggy's right back in there. The Paranoia is already sent out. That's preemptive. Outlaw in the hands of 140. Zekken down to the double digits, but still alive for now. Glides to the side. And he is a spearhead. Like, literally in this case, man. Cracks open the C site, despite the resistance that EDG were trying to put up.
Doesn't seem likely that Kankang would be able to pull this off, but he is an extraordinary player. If he had the stun to work with, maybe he'd be able to isolate a 1.
A wall to get into, but honestly, with his money low, in a 1v3, best course of action probably going to be to save.
Yeah, he's just seeing there whether anyone's going to give him a free duel. But Sentinel's going to play with a bit more discipline than that.
Well,
they're looking to try to take the gun.
Yeah, they understand the importance of this one. Sentinel's thinking ahead.
Bye-bye.
Zekken, head clean off.
Go, go, go.
Sen realize it. They're in danger of just being trapped down to the spike, so they're going to do a bit of a mad dash, but it does bring...
off site, but nobody is a very confident player. And we're going to see this version of EDG's trap being run on their eco.
Trouble is Kankang is going to be falling prey. Yep, Zekken glides his way forwards to a nice little win, and he's covered over the shoulder once more by TenZ. Spraying away, it matters not about that paranoia. Smoggy, they know he's playing somewhere nearby. It's all about clearing them out. They've got that diligence, TP up and over, and certainty for Smoggy. Just the one before he's dropped.
All of the coordination working really brilliantly there for SEN. That additional pause that Zekken throws into things just to allow TenZ on top of the box. They've been doing a lot of that. In a 4v1, Chishu once again finds himself in a spot that's simply unwinnable. 9 HP.
Listen, it's a nice shot on the side. Here, Sentinels don't. They're a scary team, a dangerous team over the course of this tournament. Low expectations, I think, overall. From outside, a lot of the community talking about them.
Absolutely, but I think that made sense at the time too.
Yeah.
They hadn't had a recent run of great form coming into champs, and they were the 4th seed. No other 4th seed even won a match.
Bait and switch setup, fully blinded up there. Smoggy barely gets rid of the dart, so Kankang's not revealed in terms of his position, but Simon, I believe, spotted off into the corner. Wall up into his face.
So tempted for Simon to swing that.
Yeah, and Zekken, you could see him. He was holding, waiting, trying to bait him in. Drone to re-clear out through mid. EDG might be looking to try and cook something up.
A re-hit here, through onto B after a little bit of a garage clear. Could be a great idea here for SEN. But do they anticipate 2 players garage? It looks like Kankang should be trying to pull attention and disappear.
There's 40 seconds left out. SEN don't have map control other than through mid, and they are surrounded on multiple fronts.
Simon's a little far away to deny this plant with his ult. Is he going to rip it?
30 seconds.
Yeah, well, the stun at least does connect. He doesn't let the ult go. Aftershock is a little bit delayed there, lighting up onto Zekken, but still the plant is down. Hunter's Fury trying to layer this one down along with the Rolling Thunder. Cacophony of ultimates, and it is coming up to fruition. John QT there holding onto the corner. Simon with a reposition, and there's a count for it. John QT dropped down, just can't reset the aim in time. 2v2. A tap. Neurofep reveals it. Fights to be taken down to that 1v1. And Chichu now going to be getting that information. Sassy is revealed with the shots fired off as well. Jump spot, pulls him off. No half in sight for Chichu. He's tapping away as well, praying for those stray shots to hit. Sassy might need to swing this one. Chichu unable to survive. And once more the economy Taking a tumble and a fall here for EDG. They don't even have a stack of players over towards A. There's nobody in Kankang.
No, at this point, Sentinels are absolutely running away with it, assuming they can convert the anti-eco.
Kankang might have something to say with it. Jump spot. In through the sprint and the glide. Fully accurate. Nobody. Not long for it. Hot shots fired by Kankang. He's praying that he can land at least one of the targets, hit one of the domes, but all the signs of life that SEN do see to cause them to scurry.
Yeah, you've seen 3 players over on this site. You know that there's max 1, the Cypher, playing elsewhere. They're going to leave TenZ inserted. He's always got that Omen ultimate to be able to go back to the rest of his team. But he might end up just walking backwards into Kankang. No.
Okay, broken. Wait a second. Kankang.
Oh,
And accounting for it. They've missed each other.
but he's not watching.
Not watching at all, and still damage is done to second. Softened up from the prior engagement still. TenZ striking from behind. The trade is online. They might want to make their moves now over towards A, but already bodies are rapidly approaching. The trouble is EDG do not have the guns for the job.
And Sentinels can backfill all of this space up to where TenZ was, because they know it was only Kankang that went through.
Bloody hell, I mean, the fault line's dodgy. Simon, there's plenty of chances for him still. He is landing them. The Sheriffs are singing right now for EDG. Defensive smoke. A lot of uncertainty for Sentinels. They can feel it. They're going to try and bail themselves out of this one. The Rolling Thunder is committed. Simon tucked to the corner, but stunned up. Four-play stack.
It does make this round a little weaker. But SEN have showcased that they can deal with everything that EDG are throwing on defense currently.
Yeah, the mid-rounding is definitely, I think, showing that SEN are currently getting the right reads into rounds, making sure to slow it down at the right moments, and then the firepower usually carrying them over the line if it does get tricky.
I think I'm right in saying the only time they've contested C fully is when they went for it on the pistol round.
Yeah, it feels like the pistol round, at least from my memory. Drone is used hyper committed into A lobby, so Sentinels are going to be aware that control is given up to EDG.
Certainly looking like an execute's going to come through here on C. Smoggy has his ult to try to reinforce, but is he going to be fast enough with a smoke?
Not going to be broken here. The Hunter's Fury clears its way through and back and around here. The fault line was dodged by Chichu. Has found himself and carved out a little bit of a pocket and space to play around. Paranoia still here, but the aftershock is way too much. Just singeing his feet. Chichu just couldn't stand still amongst most of that fire. Second offloading it with the overdrive. Peppering them, some stray shots. EDG are going to need a pick to see if they can make this one doable. Zekin overextending ever so slightly, but still he's good for the kill as well. They're tracking! They just can't get a handle or any sort of control on him. It's precise. Kankang almost there. Could have provided a chance, an opportunity, but Smoggy's been left alone into the 1v3, and TenZ picks back up that position. Low enough as well, but again,
on the attack side, trading people out. Again, finding moments to dominate with his impact. His raw aim so strong.
And SEN are just going to disrespect the early A lobby. Util that was dished out by EDG. They're holding, considering, I think, and waiting to see if there is that re-clearance. Strong QT does need to be careful. Opens himself up to that angle there, but again, it's the weaponry. I mean, EDG have not been able to recover any sense of that. Nothing built up in the bank.
See there, John using a cage again for the sound cues, making sure that he can't get pressured as he takes a little more space towards mid. They're being very cautious on these anti-eco Sentinels. They don't want to get tripped up. But it is incredible that EDG have only won the pistol and the follow-up. Where's the punish here? Where's the cover?
Yeah, nobody watching, just in case that was that punish here. Chichu, a couple of shots, backs away with his life, but just pulling apart the EDG defense. Second, built up by the camp, stunned up at that. Unlikely to see that follow-up. The more the time does get dragged down to the finer moments. Might see opportunities for EDG to strike. Aftershock pushing them back and away from the plant. Zelsis going for round 2, needs to be covered. And TenZ has it. Pushed up, high ground angle. Chichu dropped, nobody. Double op.
Double opping.
And Smoggy.
It's not round 12. They don't have money.
The Sentinels. Bit of early orb farming as well. See if they can get that Rolling Thunder online. Zelsis is now one away from it.
And they have been prioritizing this smoke at the top of C long as well, which cuts off Smoggy's sightline. He's not sure whether someone's tucked into Cubby, as Sassy has. He also doesn't know if someone's going to peek him from the right or the left. It's a tough situation to play with the op.
Yeah, and it might come down to reactions if he gets peeked.
I mean, he's also going to get pressure from Garage unless Chichu can hold that off.
Drone sees it. Off spotted. Out for Garage now. Pin to play by SEN. Try and make their moves in through the C site now. Ball cuts it up. You can see there's an awareness at the back of the heads of SEN. They're worried about this operator in play. At work. Paranoia's used to clear most of the way alongside the dart. There's many waves of the util. Celsius with the plant. Will get his ult online from this one. Everybody grouped up from EDG, setting themselves up to try and play for the retake, but it's preemptive. SEN using this to try and strike. Chichu's there. Offset though, nobody covering it. An overextension by Sentinels. Now it's up to these remaining players if they can pick up the pieces, but the stun is immaculate and the spray down from Celsius. Only the Wanderer's troubles.
Doesn't have that to be able to back himself up.
Yeah, use just in case they get overwhelmed and swarmed here. Just that EDG's defensive setup. Even B entirely open for the taking. Obviously, Sentinels don't know this one. It's been cautious from beginning to end in most of these rounds as well. High priority to try and break some of this util through, but the trip is spotted. It was a kill trip that Chichu was hoping to play off of. Bit of spam through the wall.
Second movement is so nice in these spots as well. Jump peeking scenarios where he might be thinking about an EDG player tucked in an angle. So difficult to play a one and done against a Neon with good movement like that. Here's another Neon though with a big weapon.
Let's go and re-exploring. Risky, but you're down so many rounds that sometimes risks need to be taken. Doesn't break down the drone. It's a fault line as well. Does catch. Slow down to a crawl. Cage on the cross. Sowing a bit of that misinformation. Sentinels trying to make it feel like they could be retaking over towards A lobby. Dart's going to be used side by side though. Shoulder to shoulder. These players unaware that they've crossed up. And Smoggy now isolated. He's on an island through the back of the site. The Utah once more. It is impeccable. Trying to dodge and weave around from this play. Chichu and Simon now. It's a quick flood attempt in through the back, picking up these rifles in their hands. These for the upgrades. Hunter's Fury scatters through. Fight's to be taken by EDG. That could be set up for success on most of it. Sprayed down. And
called his bluff. Hits everything perfectly.
The pistol round and a few stray gun rounds. What a shot, Kang! Flexing his muscles. Zekken. My God, yeah, Tens is as well, but they don't realize and anticipate. Okay, Chichu is going to get dropped here right through the smoke. CDG trying to attempt to flood their way through. Nora Fifth reveals all, and Tens will make full usage of it. Paranoia, connection, movement from Kang is the only surviving element. And praying for a shot to connect there to make it just a little bit more winnable, but for Sentinels, primed and ready for that 8th round. Just a shorty to work with. There are so many angles as well. Got to be worrying about the high ground where Tens have been perched up. It's a double hold out through the back. The cam tagging him. You have to play into this round as a last chance in the half. But it's futile. He's been given nothing. Toyed with darts. He's having to deal with it all. It's all being dished out. One last hurrah by SEN. And that time, fully against him. A bit of a flourish, but still 8. If you were watching some of their games heading into champs, wouldn't be too impressed with them, but they've proven that you cannot doubt this squad. They are consistently evolving.
From game to game,
yeah.
The game plans, the execution of it, the teamwork, it's all looked extremely strong. In this round on the pistol, Sentinels expecting a bit of pressure over towards A. That's not the case, but you're walking into Tens again, who's top of the scoreboard.
Potentially cut off from the sideline though.
Looks slightly indecisive here from EDG. They don't like the look of what they just saw. So perhaps this stack from SEN may end up paying off anyway.
It's all just being quiet, silence. Jiggle spot from Zekken is the only thing to catch a contact of A short, and guess what? There's no EDG players there. It could work to their advantage, but
that paranoia looks like it's going to be huge.
Yeah, not just that. Fault line, Zelsis. He's got it primed. So it's going to be used, an eye for an eye here with a util. Kang! He's right there, still surviving, still kicking, and he wants to take even more away from them. 2 removed before the trade is intact, but Zekken still here alive, worried about this flanking play, but the adjustment is there, at least with the micro aim. Drops Chichu. He's still the thorn in their sides. The paranoia sweeping through. Zekken plays his life. Sassy opens himself up in through heaven. There's chances here and accounted for. Nobody's seeing it. The trade though, nobody. Great adjustment. And they're aware that Zekken was playing down towards here. There was not enough distraction to give him an in. Win cons are narrow at that. Simon off angle. Just can't drop in. One bullet will do it. Zekken somehow still alive in the midst of all of this. One's a bad dart. Still still the movement. Just couldn't.
That brings the gap down to 3. And EDG are going to make it.
That's cheeky.
It is very cheeky. I love the addition of these kind of strategies that SEN have thrown in. They were doing this kind of stuff on Lotus as well. Smokes that go into walls, create small pockets for you to dodge recon utility.
It's not going to be met. Sentinels obviously on their eco going to be trying to set up this trap play, but EDG, unless they choose to re-explore over towards C, which for now seems unlikely, you never know.
EDG playing with a lot of caution to begin these rounds. It's somewhat similar to what we saw from Sentinels. Cam taking contact over towards grass. The rest of the team ponderously walking towards B or A, staying grouped up as well, making sure that SEN don't catch any of them off guard. I mean, apart from Chushu, obviously.
They don't want to give away any of these guns. Everybody invested from EDG, not trying to, oh, wait.
Trip was broken on the flank here. This should be a normal, like, reacting to A, no problem, easy call.
They're going to go for that. So EDG open. Still a little bit worried as well because the defensive smoke. Zelsis has found Chichu. That does give away the gun, but got to imagine with side control, EDG as well. Spades at a util, Kang.
They're worried about the flank. They're thinking about pushing spawn and flipping the map. They decide not to, and it turns out that's the right call because most of SEN are back.
Time's going to start ticking here. The advantage should still be for EDG. Got the guns, 10s, okay. That's ridiculous. Second's been played in as well. All the crosshair placement being slipped up and around here. Kang is worried about these swings. No way, Sentinels can't be getting away with this. Off onto the flank, they double up players as well. Smoke once more, the dart has to be broken. Nobody's sticking this one. Sassy finally under the defuse, but everybody dropped. EDG.
The house of cards came crumbling down.
Place down, plop down, in through the middle of the site.
And suddenly, EDG's attempt to get back into Haven looks like a far cry. A gap almost looked like it was going to be down to 2, and yet here it looks like it's going to be extended to 5. That's what a difference that one round makes.
Chichu's hoping that player would open himself up through into mid, give him an easy access to a shot, maybe a kill. Something to change the tide that's currently been fully against them in this map. Cut up onto the corner though, no util, that was contact by Kang.
Didn't hear the trip, didn't hear a cam, thought it would be open.
Flat down onto B.
Zelsis,
late.
A little late with it. I mean, usually Zelsis is going to be playing in the B connector. This time swapping things over, playing top garage. Was a little late on that, so there's chances that EDG could make something funky happen. Smokey's going to go for that garage post-plant flank by the look of things.
First wave used by Sentinel clears out the side as well, so they've got peace of mind. Zenton's sticking this, got half already. Aftershock a little bit late. Trip is nice in case they do extend themselves out and try and take the fight past this point of almost no return. Very weak wars, flimsy paper mache at that. Smoggy off from the side, but Zekin cleaned it. At least diffusing, sticking all the way while the rest of his team does.
Impactful player for EDG in their run at champs. He's absent right now.
Oh my goodness, okay, Kang. Fast play, zips his way past there. Zekin's going to be revealed up as well, but has to respect most of this one. Sassy, trying to play off the drone that was used prior, gets the tag onto the one, but pushed back and away. So the player dropped on the side of Sentinels. This is the opening that EDG were praying for.
Kang's delivered them another one.
Second going for that re-exploration, looking for the info. Simon's tucked, only the shoulder. Smoggy's there to supplement as well. Help him. Ow! What is that movement? Second just counters it. Simon, it's an absolute worldie with that shot right there. And the reload bullet straight down to the bitter end. Simon, quick to capitalize.
Some incredible shooting to get EDG back into things there. TenZ is going to hit all of these rotates.
Footsteps.
He might be able to cut somebody off as well. Nobody was thinking about going through the garage. That would have been a death sentence. TenZ is right here behind them, though. If EDG pause for a moment, he's going to have the backstab.
Yep. That smoke at C is going to be fading. They are not going to anticipate this. He is so quick right there behind them.
He needs his own smoke to fade.
And it will be dissipating. Opens him up, Simon! He's still there, though. This guy's been a savior for EDG in so many moments. The util just narrowly avoided. These are the fault line. John QT still here. But enough has been done, surely, for EDG, and they know it. Doubled up high-low. Simon taking that point. 4P over and over again.
Yeah.
Heavy stack from SEN. That misses. Zekken gets onto the line of sight, but feels like a bit of uncertainty. Can't really take the fight that he wanted to here. The drone from nobody should be clearing, potentially might just be fading. In fact, it is. So doesn't clear into the corner. Hunter's Fury to push them back and away. One tag. Plenty more players where that came from, and it does soften up a few of them. So EDG feeling a bit weakened, but not deterred away from A.
They've also seen
Simon's ripping it on the fake.
He's going for a fake here, just very much alone, just trying to cut that noise. The Hunter's Fury as well to try and sell this one. Players trying to be pulled back. Sassy though, he realizes it. There's no follow-up off the back of it, doesn't hear any footsteps, so Sentinels just contain that. Bring it down into the 4v4, slow it all the way down, realizing that they've lost control, but so is Kang. Losing track of where these players could potentially be. John QT puts him in his place and spraying him down through the cage. All revealed with the neural theft. It's gone tipsy-turvy. EDG. What should have been a great opener, they've overthunk, I think, into the round itself. Teacher's low, great movement. Slightly ajar, just making it so damn uncomfortable for these EDG players to stand their ground and take these fights. Sentinels up to 11. It's all over the place. It's a bargain bin buy, but they're not on the same page with this one. Another fault line to set this up. Early angles from Kang, but he's revealed up. No one deals with that dart. The bolt and the stun just not quite connecting still. They want to square him, Simon! God, he's a miracle worker. Survives on barely a shred of health. As low as you can go. Cut noise now, go for the rest of the hit, but he has opened this site up now. In and away, John QT. Spraying in through the smoke as well. The slightest of reveals and the bullets it's not quite landing onto Kang, but potentially did enough here. Played Sassy in through, onto the flank, right through the wall. Lands it to the dome. Kang's being dropped now. 3 versus 3. Sentinels still make a go of things here. EDG trying to make that play. Good trade by TenZ once more, but the smoke dropped down. Now with a paranoia, all added on top. Leaving it just down to TenZ, and he's doing damage right through the wall. Isolates the 1 for bullet! Oh boy! TenZ! He just will not be stopped.
What a beast! What an incredible player!
Almost every clutch going away SEN, almost every single round off the back of that.
He also didn't have armor, by the way, Smoggy, to begin that round. Maybe that could have made a difference.
For EDG now, frantic attempt. It's a tap. Try and pull somebody util out as well. Fake the presence. Second. What? The cage helps him. How's he getting away? That's ridiculous. Glides himself back as well. And back and forth we go. It's EDG scrambling for a chance to get back into this. Second, he's still alive. Overdrive in his hands, and he wants more. Never bite of the apple. But discipline is called for in moments like this, and they temper the round down at that minute mark. Celsius, flash, re-exploration, re-clearing, double held though, and that is Sentinels getting ahead of themselves.
It is good information, however, for Sassy to start pushing out. Could he be the playmaker here?
Odin.
EDG are quite trapped. They don't quite know where everybody is. In fact, they don't know where anybody is.
Full map control lost. Sassy, Smokey. He's watching for that peek. The slow walk around the corner.
Finally comes alive in this
30
map.
seconds left.
It's down to Celsius, 1v3 spam. Through into the smoke. Plan down from Simon, but the smoke was watched the entire time. Always played Neon before, obviously, but same setup being used by EDG. Got to claw back these rounds one step at a time. Sassy, jump spot, gets that acknowledgement.
And at no point can EDG make a mistake. One error, like Chishu walking in here, and it could all be over!
Oh no! Chishu dropped. The flank opened up. And Sentinels, they know that they can play this one nice and safe.
Look at the retake cam. Broken. Nice awareness.
Yeah, shock dart has to be used to make sure to get rid of that one though, but he planned down. Extension into the round, but this is it. This is where EDG make their stand. See if they can stay alive into this map.
You need good defensive utility here from the post planters. Paranoia, Aftershock has to be used to keep them back.
It's going to be used. Eye for an eye when it comes to the util. Aftershock even down into hell. Sentinels are being kept out of the fight. Kang will ensure that they don't step past it. Nobody right there with him. The feed is filled up. All with red. And hunting, chasing. John QT. Fully blinded. They're being worked with.
Do they have a eco round strategy to work with here? Yeah, it's another one of those smokes that goes inside a wall. With the idea being you can dodge the recon dart, and Zekken can swing out from an unexpected position. He's also playing anti-flash in that spot as well, right? If Simon did go for that flash through bricks. But EDG not going to send with any pace on the anti-eco. And they have been playing these kind of rounds really slowly, very cautiously.
Which does potentially open themselves up to mistakes being made. Sentinels are going for the full migration.
John's heard the drone.
The attempt to pull some players away, at least nobody, they're seeing no signs of life. You feel so worried into this spot if you are EDG. Potentially even committing. I mean, full bodies, players making their way over towards the seaside. Guess what? Sentinels are ready to meet them. See if the weaponry does make that difference here. With a stuns, util offloaded into the corner. Kang just can't really hold it down with a steady ground, but still, as the smokes fade away, overdrive! Kang! It's galvanizing. An electric performance from him, still adjusting tens. Difficult shot for him to hit. Sheriff in hand, 4-piece, hunting down the remaining player. John QT quaking in his boots, but he will not give up that ace.
They get 3 more of those. Now SEN have rifles back. Here's that same strat again.
Yep. Hiding away. Edge of the smoke just might reveal the hand of SEN of what they're going for here. The drone has to be broken. EDG making an attempt to play for that A lobby control, inserting Smoggy, potentially for the long hauls. Util's going to be used, pulled out of them. They don't want anything to do with it. Hunter's Fury could get some tags onto a few of these players. Yeah, Kang. He was dodging, was weaving, was hoping that it would be unaccounted for. And here's the reaction. EDG now making the moves over towards C.
Who gets the plant in this position? Okay, nobody throws the spike over to Simon. That's going to get them Rolling Thunder active. Do they play aggressive with it? We saw SEN fail in this spot before.
They're going to let it loose. Let it rip in through the back. But it's so easy to overextend if you're the attackers. That's broken. That's the trigger. They want to try and go for this one. Smokes in their face. Aftershock as well. Rifles in play at work. Fault line. And get Sentinels back into the fight and back into the fray. Cut them up. Paranoia is perfect. Players are there. Sliding, gliding forwards. Chichu is dropped to his knees. And for EDG has to